If you think that I don't understand foreign policy because out of hours of discourse about international affairs, I pause to think about one of the most sensitive geopolitical issues that currently exist on Earth, I'm afraid the issue's not my understanding, but rather the problem is perhaps you've gotten adjusted to a president that never thinks before he speaks and doesn't care about the implications of his words before he speaks on matters like these. And in fact, if you actually look at what Trump said about this issue himself, he actually had the same, if not a worse, answer. So ask yourself, why do you think the issues turn to that? And I'm going to tell you, it's because, frankly, there are very few people who are actually willing to challenge the foreign policy establishment that continues to send people to war and bankrupt our country for the rich.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez embarrassed herself in front of the world last week when she could barely string a sentence together at the Munich Security Conference. Now she's humiliating herself all over again with this really uncomfortable attempt at damage control. If AOC's goal is to look like more of a serious person than she did on stage in Europe, filming something that looks like a hostage video was probably a bad way to go about it. Plus, the audible snoring in the background doesn't exactly create that atmosphere of maturity and sophistication. A better idea would have been to just ignore what her critics had to say, or to respond with an actual coherent answer about whether America should defend Taiwan if China was to invade, which she couldn't do in Munich. But AOC, doesn't actually have anything coherent or worthwhile to say about China and Taiwan, because she doesn't understand the issue. Performance in Germany made that painfully clear. Throwing tantrums on social media isn't going to do anything to change it. Democrats need a nominee in 2028 who can speak clearly and persuasively about the big issues facing Americans. But if they'd rather nominate AOC instead, conservatives certainly shouldn't complain.